guys, Happy New Year. Happy New Year. All right, I wanted to get into it today, share with you guys a few updates from Christmas, things that's going on. I feel like it's been a while. I have some Homegoods things. I have a new bag. I want to share with you guys some new jewelry, some things from Christmas. Talk makeup a little bit, skin, some things that I'm doing different in the new year. Let's get into it. If you're noticing this, okay, Livy did this. My daughter painted this. Look, I think it's cool. I'm leaving it here for a little while. I don't know if this is where it's gonna stay, but years ago we had those, we got into I did. I was like, remember when I had that giant canvas and I was just like playing around with it? I'm not an artist or anything, but it was just really fun. And, that ended up like going somewhere else, you know. I ended up buying something nice from there for there. And I had these two this one and another one, which, you know, the yellow one that was there for a long time, canvases. And I did the yellow one and it was just kind of fun. And I'd swap it around, put it different places of the house. And I was kind of like, I'm tired of that. Like, I just want to kind of swap something. I don't know. And, we just had fun with it, and I kind of helped her a little, and I didn't really know what colors I wanted. I was like, I kind of wanted a little darker, and she like did the red, she did some of the brown, she did some like gold in the middle. I think it's really cool, and I think it's really pretty in here. So guys, just kind of, you know, try to just kind of like go a little. It's kind of fun and refreshing to just kind of let go a little, and I'm like, that is cool. Like, let's just do it. You know, it's fun. So if you notice that, that's what's happening there. I'm sorry, I can't get this to like go over the rug. First of all, let's talk a little this last week. So Christmas, I hope that you guys had a wonderful Christmas. Happy Hanukkah, happy holidays. I hope that you're doing well. Happy New Year. I, you know, have all my plans for Christmas, and we had everything ready. We had friends coming over, 2 get-togethers. We're having a party here, and literally we got sick like a few days before, like, you know, maybe 4 days before Christmas, and it was bad. Like, we were out. Brad was like fully horizontal for days. It was like one of those that just really took us out. And so that was the week I had like taken off, and you know, we're gonna really enjoy. Everything got canceled. We had just a really cozy, just see nobody, kind of just fun Christmas here. It was great. Well, I don't say it was great. It was great. It was a wonderful Christmas, but it was no fun being sick and being under the weather, as I know so many of you guys are. I feel like everybody that I know just about has gone through something crazy, like health-wise, or is sick or has the flu. It's just a mess. It's definitely going around everywhere. And I was just, whatever. So then, during that sweet spot between Christmas and New Year that I love so much, always, and you know, I'm never putting pressure on myself to like, oh yeah, I gotta wipe the whole house, clean everything, tear everything down. Usually it's kind of fun because I'm like, oh, I might start doing a little here, organizing the ornaments, getting some things out. Well, fully I couldn't, because like, we still haven't had some of our get-togethers. So it forced me during that time after Christmas to just sit. And I was like, with my home, and wow, I can't take this stuff down. Let me just sit and stare at this tree for 3 hours. You know what I mean? It was kind of like one of those, I felt like I truly didn't know what day it was. It was just even crazier than it normally is during that time, which is always kind of a mind, you know what, anyways. So we are kind of in the midst now of like getting our get-togethers. We've got a friends thing tomorrow, some things with Livy's friends, and then we've got Saturday, a big party here. And so I've got like the table set. I've got to set up more things. I've got to put out more decorations. Like, it's kind of just been a weird thing. And I know now I'm like, okay, I get it. Waiting till the epiphany to take down your decorations. I don't always do that, but I'm like, I'm ready. Like, I'm kind of ready to get it down and to start fresh for the year. But, that's what's going on there. But I almost didn't film today because I was like, I almost feel like this is now my Christmas week that I should be taking off and enjoying. But I love talking to you guys, and I was like, I just feel like we need some connection. We need to connect. And of course, we haven't skipped a podcast. Someone said the other day, like, why don't you film your podcast? Like, everything's like video. I'm like, Okay, this is my 17th year now doing this. Like, what do you think this is? And a lot of podcasts that I see now are people doing essentially the exact thing I've done on YouTube, for just yapping at a camera for an hour and a half. So I'm like, what's the difference? So here we have this. I just don't want to be too redundant ever. But our podcast is real good, real personal, real juicy, real funny. I feel it's real good. So head there if you haven't. We had a lot of new listeners over the holidays, and it's just a huge community there, and we're going on our 4th year there, which is insane. So lots of fun holiday content from the year. Okay, I got a lot of HomeGoods stuff. I have some Target, oh God. And then when I finally felt good, several days ago, I was like, I told the family, I was like, I got to get out of here. I'm leaving the premises. I got to go. And I went through a drive-through, went to HomeGoods, went to Target. After you've been sick and you just emerge into society, it feels so good. But after Christmas, that is a sad time between Christmas and New Year retail-wise. The stores didn't know what they were doing. The Christmas music was just gone. I'm like, what does this stuff do to you? You know what I mean? It's just it's gone. It's over. It's been wiped. And I was in a very odd mindset. So I think I made some questionable purchases, and I haven't looked at them since. And I didn't go on some wild spree or anything. But something that I did get from HomeGoods that didn't pan out, I got this art that at the time I thought looked really good. And even, I did a few stories, I didn't show what I got, but I was telling you guys about just the wildness that I saw at HomeGoods, all that funhouse shit that they got. I don't know what that is, what kind of hellscape store closed down to where they felt that they had to dump that stuff onto HomeGoods, who and why and where. One of you guys in California, I'm in Atlanta, was like, our HomeGoods looks the same. Who bought that? And I thought it was a good idea. HomeGoods, you gotta get back into it because it's getting a little nutty and I don't even want to go there anymore. It's losing the pull. Okay, you got to get it back. Okay, you can't just be dumping all that stuff out. I'm talking like a ball pit, chairs that were made out of that, but then had clear over it, weird statues of neon babies and poodles, and not just knickknack. It's literally aisles of this funhouse wild stuff. That's not even good funhouse. Not eclectic, not if you're colorful. I'm not saying colorful. I'm saying it's bad. And someone needs to get in there, HomeGoods, and they need to reevaluate. We all don't have the same tastes. I love all the quirky kookiness, but this is turning it into something that I'm I don't want to shop there. So we need to get on that. Okay, so let's talk a few things before we get started. We are started, but let me just, before I show you these things, and talk about a few, I don't know, maybe some resolutions, who knows. This was my Christmas gift from Brad and Livy. It was so sweet. These beautiful earrings that are kind of I don't know what cut you would call this, not a cushion cut. It's kind of shaped like that, but it's different in the middle. Okay, whatever. Anyways, these beautiful, I just wanted some silver, nice, chunky studs. And then this necklace that goes with it. And a lot of times these necklaces, every brand has a necklace like this. That's those that look like those little rhinestone, those bracelets that from the 80s. And they flip around. This doesn't. This looks so beautiful and really lays beautifully. So they got me that. And then I just kind of layer it with that. I got a few other things. It was a fun Christmas. I'm not gonna show you, oh, here's all my Christmas gifts. I'm not saying that, but I think that you guys would love this. This is really good. And I got my favorite perfume. Guys, this is, you'll know I've slung that Baccarat stuff and all that, and this is just so good. It's a dupe for the Baccarat Rouge. I won't say a dupe, but it has the same notes plus vanilla. I always get compliments on this. It's really nice. I got the ginormo bottle. Speaking of Ariana Grande, we're fully Wicked people now. Oh my gosh, we saw Wicked, we bought it, and now have it at home, which is so nice. I feel that happened real fast. Not just streaming for free, but just to where you can buy it at home. I feel it just came out in the theaters. But, oh my gosh, Olivia's obsessed with it. It was the best movie I've ever seen. I don't have to tell you that. If you saw it, you loved it. But a lot of times, I remember when it first came out too, I was I want to see it. I'm a huge Wizard of Oz fan. I, fully remember the hype of the stage show, you know, like the Broadway show and everything. And I always really wanted to go see that. So I was so excited that it was going to be a movie. But sometimes when things are just so hyped up, whether it's like a pop star, whether it's like somebody, sometimes I'm just like, I don't know if I just want to follow the crowd. Or like, is it that great? Or is it just great because everybody thinks it needs to be? And half the time it's not that great. And so I was like, oh. But I knew I wanted to see it, but I was just not like drowning in the just crazy fandom of it. And oh my gosh, I fully can't say enough good things about it. Like, I'm one of those people. It was so everybody to see. I mean, I haven't heard anybody that said they didn't like it. It's so good. It's like the best movie ever. And Cynthia Erivo better like win all the awards. I just really loved it. And I fully didn't expect to like go as hard for it as I am. Okay. This is let me just show you, since we were talking about the you know, this sweater. I have it in the dark, like the green, right? And the colorways of this sweater is odd. It's kind of like one of those things that looks inside out, which I normally don't like. But I do like this colorway, but the green is my favorite. It doesn't have any of that stitching, doesn't look like that at all. The green looks so luxe and beautiful. That's the first one that you need to get, and I'll link to that. This has been on sale. But I love that sweater so much to where it was embarrassing. Like, I was wearing it all the time where, like, I'd go out with family or friends, and I was wearing that sweater all the time. I'm like, I need another color because I love it so much that it just became one of those things that I couldn't stop wearing. So I got this one when they were on sale. It just came in. And okay, we know like the baggy jeans, the trends. We discussed trends heavily on the podcast this week, which is kind of funny. And always funny to talk about with Brad. But these were kind of like my big purchase boots this year. And, you know, I didn't buy many shoes this year, not really dabbling in a lot of, you know, you might say, oh, but these are 30, 50, 100 bucks. Oh, these are, you know, a good price point. And then you might feel good about buying several of those. But I'd rather just have one really nice pair, not because it's expensive, but because it's just something I really like, or it's going to last. I don't know. These are the best. And let me tell you, with the jean trends, right? Anything that I've spent money on this year, like jean wise, has been like baggy, more relaxed, like a wider leg. But I get the ones that aren't over the top silly, like a barrel jean, which when that goes out of style, you can't wear that anymore. With like a relaxed or nice wide leg pair, doesn't matter if now it's like, oh, skinny jeans are back, that's it, and these are out. You could still wear those because they don't look ridiculous like a costume, you know what I mean? And I feel like skinny jeans are like that too. I don't feel like you can't wear certain things, but we all spent a lot of money and invested a lot in skinny jeans over the years, and I know you still have them. Wear them with your over the knee, like big boots, which I just can't get enough of, like a big over the knee boot. And these are so comfortable, and I like it when I spend a lot on something and I just wear it all the time, whether it's a nice bag or whatever. They're not meant to be put on a shelf because they were expensive. They're meant to be like worn and loved and enjoyed. So don't feel bad about like maybe investing in a good pair of over the knee boots. These also come in black, and I'm really trying not to, because I'm like, oh, they were expensive. But yeah, wear your, you know, if you're wearing a larger sweater especially, I love like an over the knee boot that's a little more voluminous, not one that's like super tight, which would be fine too. I think with a brown over the knee boot, I like one that's a little more, you know, relaxed. So that's that. And quickly with like makeup and stuff, I'm wearing the Armani Luminous Silk, which I really love. It is the best foundation of all time. On my lips, this is what I've been wearing lately. It is, oh, I grabbed it is, I was thinking it was Sweet. It was Whisper. The one I've been wearing is Sweetie. The Lawless Lip Balm. I wear Mac Whirl lip liner lately, or the Anywhere Caffeine by Makeup Forever. And the Sweetie is really good because it has a tiny bit of like a sheen to it, whereas the one called Whisper is more just like a cream, like a nude cream. But I really do like that. And it feels really good on your lips. Blushes, this is so good. I'm wearing the Chouchette. Love that. These don't break you out, okay. The Westman Atelier contour sticks won't break you out either. Okay, that's what I'm using today. I have the Biscuit and the Chouchette. Shush it. And then guys, for eyes, I think I talked about this in my favorites of the year. This is the best combo ever. So I use the light color. Wow, my eyes aren't holding up so well. This is, okay, the light color is Fresh, and I just put it all over my lids. I'll link to the brush that I use, blend that out, okay, into your crease. And then I take the dark color called Nudist, and I just kind of start in the corner and do it over half the lid. Take that same brush, blend it out, whatever's left, sweep it under, and it looks like you've had your makeup done. Like I'm not, it does, like it looks like a really good, nice eyeshadow job, okay? And it doesn't look shimmery, it doesn't look like too much, it looks beautiful, and it will last all day, like it will not crease or anything. Let me show you some of these things and then we'll get into some resolutions. Let me show you Target. So I went into Target, and I always love like at the new year when they have, you know, they wipe all of the holiday stuff, and you know they're gonna have like the new collections, like the Threshold, the Studio McGee, the, what's it called? The Magnolia stuff. And you know, I'm not like, okay, if you just go in and you just buy up a whole collection, your house is gonna look like Target. But oh my gosh, I found the best. You know how we shop, like you find the good pieces, you mix them with your stuff. And I don't know, I just felt like they were kind of, the stuff that they had put out was okay. It was fine, but I just, nothing really knocked my socks off. But I did get this little bunny. I don't really decorate for like, you know, heavily for Valentine's Day or Easter or spring. I think it should just be naturally like change flower arrangements, change things like that. But I'm not like putting out like over the top, like just spring tchotchkes. But I did see this little guy. He's a little marble bunny. He was $15. He reminded me of those little pumpkins that I got. It's the same kind of marble as those little pumpkins. I just thought he was cute. So literally I'm pushing around a cart. I'm like just I'm so happy just to be out of the house. And I really wanted to find a lot of good stuff. I mean, I don't know, did I just was like, you know, you want to find good things. And literally he was like the only little guy in my cart. I just literally checked out and I was like, here, tell me like I'm here trying to get a fix without telling me. Like, this is all I'm buying. Okay. Oh, I do have a bag that came in from Amazon. We'll open that in a second, but let's just keep going. So again, I was in an odd headspace. I started the story a minute ago and I didn't finish it. Okay, I'm gonna blame the sickness. Blame all the weird medicines I've been pounding last week. My head is not right. With the art thing, I was kind of like, oh, because I knew, like, you know, me and Livy did this later. I was like, well, let's just do something ourselves. It's cute. Okay. They had this art at Homegoods. Now, I don't know why you get blinded. You go into Homegoods, in the art section, you can find some really great things, but you have to be careful because when you get it home, it does look like a lot of time Homegoods art, which is fine. And I've got lots of good things from all price points. Target art, I'm a fan. You can find some good things. Mix it with some original things, or, you know what I'm saying. I put this thing in my cart and it looked like, it was like a paper mache type of neutral piece in an acrylic case. Now I have this thing in my cart and I'm not kidding, it was attracting the ladies. Like, women were like, oh my gosh, what is that? What is it? Like 3 different women, okay, 3, were like, oh my gosh, like that's incredible. That's incredible. I'm like, I know, right? I'm so proud of this. I'm like walking through like, look at my that's the fun of Homegoods, you guys, is when you're in that final line, like the, you know, the corral where you feel like livestock, you know, like you're in that corral line, surrounded by all the tchotchkes they're trying to sling at you, and the people are around you. That's when I'm checking out what other people are buying. And there's a feeling of pride when you know you found good stuff and you're just standing there like, that's right. I felt that with this piece of art. And I really felt, and I'm talking like this art. Now, nothing wrong with it. I'm not knocking it at all. Like I said, you can find some amazing things, okay? But once I got home, I realized maybe this isn't so, like I sat it down and I looked at it against all my stuff and I was like, huh. And, but I thought, you know, sometimes you spend something on something and you're like, I'm just going to make it work. But you've got that pit in your stomach like, I probably shouldn't. I already returned it. So I wish I still had it so I could like fully show you the comedy of this. So it's in here. And I thought, okay, I'll put it here, right? I'm so glad I didn't because I do like this. This is cute. I propped it up. Now, Brad, I'm like, I need your help. I can hang a lot of things. I don't, I can hang stuff. But this was one of those, it was heavy. It had those like D-rings. I'm like, just make it difficult, So I get my husband in here, get my Brad in here. And he's like, and now he wouldn't care, honestly. If I painted the house purple, he probably wouldn't even notice. But he would notice because he appreciates what I do. But he's just the guy that's like, he's like, you got it. You know what you're doing, And sometimes I'm like, gosh, like, I like that because nothing worse than a man that like won't let you do anything. And you can tell, like, when you go to someone's house like that and they'll say, I can't do this. And it's like, yeah, okay, well, you need something. No judgment. But men, like, come on. And maybe sometimes you just need to do it, because you're just getting, okay, please don't take my advice with that. It's gonna cause problems. But, okay. My point is, sometimes I'm like, sometimes even for me, like, he doesn't care, like, my hair and stuff, oh, babe, you always look good. And I'm like, well, can you just tell me, like, do I look terrible? Like, sometimes I've left the house, and I'm like, Brad, like, look alive, like, look at how I looked. Like, I looked insane. Like, could you have not told me that I looked like I was going to the rodeo? Like, could you not have told me that, like, I literally looked like I was wearing a trash bag? You know what I'm saying? He's like, no, you look great. I love that. But at the same time, sometimes I'm like, he could be a little more critical helping me with things. Now, it came out, and it must have been real bad for him to say something. So it was sitting here, and he doesn't know nothing about art or, respectfully, like, things that I'm putting up in the house. He don't care, okay? He doesn't have, like, he's not like, oh, that doesn't look good. He never says shit like that. So it had, like, grooves, and he looked at it, and he said, are you going to put ants in it? And I was like, and so now I'm like, no, I can't keep this because now it's an ant farm. It's an ant farm. And he just looked at me and he's like, well, you can, whatever. But it was so funny. And I just laughed and I was like, thank you. Like, slap me in the face, slap myself in the face. Thank you. Like wake up. You know what I mean? Like, it looked like an ant farm. I'd much rather have something like this, right? It's cute. I really like that. I think it makes me feel good. Like, when I came down this morning, I looked at it, I was like, oh, like, it needed that. It's cute. So, I don't know, just have fun, get some canvases, paint some things. And will I probably change that in a couple months? Probably. And okay, was I still a little sick? Was I, when I went in? I bought this. Now, let me tell you what I'm going to do with this, okay? Let me tell you. Homegoods. And I did not get this off of the crazy acid trip aisle. But my thoughts for this is the Kelly Wearstler. Okay, you know the ones. I've been wanting these forever. Now, this is a vase. I'm not going to put that in there because I don't know how that's... No. This is just going to be a little thing. Maybe like in a cabinet, on a shelf, in our bedroom, like next to some other things. Now, the color's bad. What I'm going to do is I'm going to paint this like a satin black. And it's going to look like the Kelly Wearstler marble lips. She's got like the onyx ones. She's got, not onyx, but they're black marble, I guess. But they're not really, some of them aren't very veiny. So I think I could just spray paint it and it'll look cute. Because it's the shape of the Kelly Wearstler lips. I looked at it and I thought, oh, that looks like that. This is the type of stuff when you just want to feel something. You have no rhyme or reason and you go to Homegoods. I bought this and art that looked like an ant farm behind glass. However, okay, upon the return, see, I really got myself together. These were $12 and they are beautiful. So for my table, like, I have all of these nice, like, Vera Wang, Wedgwood, Duchess, Crystal. I have them in I have the red wine, the white wine, I have the tea goblets or the iced beverage goblets, and I have 4 of the highballs. And out of all of them, I want a set of 8 of the highballs. And I looked, and they are so expensive to buy. And I'm like, oh, like, and plus it's just for people coming over. Do I want to be drinking out of these little crystal glasses? But then again, I'm very big on, like, use the stuff. Use your china that you registered for at your wedding if you did. People don't even do that anymore. Do it. Okay, use all your nice things, like, use it all, okay? And, okay, so yeah, I would use it, but I'm not doing that, and I thought, So I got a set. Look, these were $12 for a set of 6. Okay, so head to HomeGoods. That sucks. You can't like link to these things from HomeGoods. If I link to this brand, they'd probably be more expensive. But these are beautiful. Crystal, Italian, crystal glasses, highball glasses. Now, when you're at like when I'm doing like a dinner or like an in between like lunch, dinner, a Thanksgiving, like, sure, if you're serving wine, you can have like your water glass and a wine glass. But I'm gonna say, yeah, not everybody's drinking wine, and we don't always do that. But I'm saying like, if we did do that, like you can put out the wine glasses or whatever. But sometimes it's like, I don't want all that all over the table, right? I want everything to match. If you do want wine, you can like we'll get it and you can bring, you know what I'm saying? But I want the glass to be something that you could have water in, iced tea, soda, a cocktail. These are beautiful for cocktails, like anything. And so I got 2 sets of these for $24. So I have a set of 12 of these like beautiful glasses. They look just like my Vera Wang Duchess highball glasses. They're like substantial, but if I went to someone's house and they had these, I'd be like, like this could be Vera Wang, you know, Duchess. Who knows? So I got 2 sets of those, and I feel like I kind of like got my wits about me. Is that Brad? I swore I thought I heard his truck. Okay. I do hear it now. He was just coming around the mountain. You can hear him coming around the bend. I don't know what I think about this. I like them. I like them, but I need to paint them, and I'm gonna put them somewhere. I'm not gonna put them like right in my front entry or anything. Maybe I will, but they were $14.99. HomeGoods can make you feel real good, or it can make you feel real bad. Okay, so I ordered this bag a few days ago. I was linking to some brown suede bags. These brown suede bags really had a moment this year. I got that beautiful Madewell one that is made really well. It's beautiful, and unfortunately it is hard to find. It sells out, it comes and goes. And now there's brands that do really expensive ones, like hundreds of dollars, thousands of dollars for these suede bags. And a suede brown bag isn't something that I'm gonna be carrying like year round. Like I'm gonna invest in like a black leather, something nice, or even like a Louis Vuitton bag that you can wear year round. I'm not saying you can't wear a brown suede bag year round, but I'm saying like, it's so classic, yet it is a little specific for me, not something I could see myself reaching for every single day to where I would spend an arm and a leg. But the Madewell one is just perfection. However, I also don't feel good about just buying something cheap and weird that I'm not fully into. But there are cheap and weird, real good things that I might be really into, which I think is what this bag's gonna fall under. So I was trying to find some links to, ooh, this is good. Sometimes I'm afraid to smell these things. I don't want to stick my face too far in there, you know. Come from, you know, Amazon. What is he saying? Okay, so I was finding some that were like similar, ones that I'd either seen in person, ones that like were really tempting me that I thought, oh, these are good. And this was one of them. This bag was, oh, this is beautiful. This bag was like $20, maybe less than that. So it's very like Longchamp adjacent. Okay, the suede feels good. Is it real suede? No, but let me tell you, it looks it. And again, we talked about this with the trends of the pleather and the brands, like thousands of dollars on a pleather bag, and it's literally like a plastic bag. Is it good for the environment? Is it? It's plastic, whatever. And just really going in on that. Spending anything on these bags that look like crap. Like there's the viral Target bag, right? That was like the, you know, $15, $20, you know, one, suede one. I saw it in person, like you could see glue on it, which fine, whatever. This one is not bad, you guys. This is really beautiful. I linked to this and then I felt a little bad because I was like, first of all, I want this. I need to try this. Okay, so it's lined nicely. It's got this little zipper and a, you know, little tag. Okay. Okay. And Okay, and it zips, but it also, so it zips, but it also flaps. It zips and it flaps. Okay, this is adjustable, which is nice. Okay, so when you put stuff in it, I think it's gonna be a lot better. But it has, you know, you can carry it like I really like a bag that does both, like where you can have like a top handle. Okay, this is good. Okay, so, you know, shoulder strap. I would love to wear this like as a crossbody. So let me try things. And the fake leather on it is actually really soft. You're not gonna have a really long situation here with a crossbody. This is the longest it goes. But I don't think I would want to do that. I think once it gets to be a certain point, it gets kind of sloppy looking anyways, right? But I think I'm gonna make this shorter because that's kind of what I'm used to. And it even gets shorter than that. Yes, okay, that's really good. I really like this, you guys. Look, you can't go wrong for the price that this is. I don't feel bad about it at all. And oh, this is like a magnet. Hold on. This is like a magnet snap. No, it's not. Yeah, it is. Okay. Just for, you know, as inexpensive as this is. And I'm gonna say there are some bags on Amazon that are criminally expensive. Even the dumb, okay, can we just talk about the Walmart Birkin? That now, I guess since someone's talked about it, I was like, oh my God, it's been there for a long time. And it's also on Amazon, it's everywhere. And like, okay, that totem bag that I have, the original or the real one, the authentic one. And then I have the one from Amazon as well. It's real leather, kind of. Okay, one of them is, one of them isn't, because I bought two different dupes. And it's like maybe $60 to $80 because it's real leather. Yeah, I mean, you can get those bags. And my thing is, if we're gonna talk about like bags that are not authentic or whatever, I'm saying who cares? We have been doing it. And I think like Bethany Frankel is like, I'm giving you permission to buy the, because I think she, of course, with the Chanel stuff and with all of that and with how, you know, she has lots of Birkins, lots of Chanels, and she makes sure, you know, she carries them. She knows she's led with that for a long time, you know, with, you know, let me show you my cars, let me show you my this, my that. And that's kind of something that she really values. And I love my luxury bags. I love things like that too. So I'm not saying that's bad, but I think like, just like, okay, you know, she's the type, like she, you know, I'm going to get in on this. I'm not going to be the only one left out of this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to be the best at it. That's just her personality. She's getting into every little corner she can. But that's great. But with the luxury bags of it all, I think it was something that smacked her like, oh my gosh, like this is accessible to everyone. So it's also going to be accessible to me, and I'm going to be the best at making it accessible. I'm going to tell everyone so that then they associate it with me. So I kind of feel like that's what's going on. And just as much as she leaned into the Chanel, as she leaned it, that was kind of the whole, I'm going to say like, if you want to look at her, like that was the whole thing of this past year with all of that. And, you know, got to get in on the chicken salad, got to get in on it all, you know. So I was always a fan, but you guys know how I felt about that. It's just kind of funny. We know, you know, we've been doing reviews here for 17 years. We know. I'm going to say 17 now, because now we're in the 17th year. You know, I'm gonna. Okay. So why are we talking about that? Let me get back to my opinions on the Walmart Birkin of it all. Yeah, we've been talking about dupes at Amazon. We've talked about great dupes at Walmart. They're everywhere. So it's not like, wow, they have a Walmart Birkin. It's a dupe for a Birkin bag that they have at Walmart that's $80, but they also have it at Amazon and everywhere else. So it's nothing new, and that's been there a long time, and it's not Walmart branded. It's a third party. Walmart literally sells third party items from everywhere, just like an Amazon, right? It's not all from Amazon. You guys know what I'm saying? And that's what it is. So it's something that's not just exclusive to Walmart. It's something you can get anywhere, right? That sells dupes and stuff. And my thing is like, zero judgment, zero cares. I've got some dupes. I don't mind it. I've got mostly, you know, I like to spend my money, like I was saying with that, I don't want to spend $30 on a Target bag if it's not great. I'd rather just not get anything at all. Or if it's in my budget, save up and get something special that I'll have forever that will hold its value. Because they do, even if they say like the luxury market's dead, yeah, I think people are kind of not doing it I think people are going into other things, as we all have over the years, but as far as the value, they're more than they ever have been. So I don't think it's a stupid thing if you did buy them years ago. I think that was actually very good. But I'm just saying, who cares? Who cares? You don't need me to give you the okay. You don't need Bethany to give you the okay. You don't need nobody to give you the okay. You carry what you want and be proud of it. And who cares? Okay, if anybody's judging you because you're carrying a real bag or that's a fake bag, the bitch like, she's got nothing to do with her time, okay? Carry something that makes you feel good. With me though, like when I have something that's fake, I am like, it was $15. Like, I'm so excited to tell everybody. And then it's like, okay, now you're a little, off the deep end. Just carry the bag, don't talk about it, and just enjoy it. And I think this year might be the year of like, let's stop with the like looking to people for approval or like, this person says it's okay, so I need to do it. You know what I'm saying? Something that I would like to do this year. We really dove deep on our resolutions on the podcast. We got into some positivity on how to like heal good relationships going forward, things that have worked for me, having better relationships with people, letting go of things, and that was really powerful stuff. And we got into some like funny things too and some like more superficial things. But what can I say here? Let me just say, let me say my big resolution, more patience, okay? Being easier on myself with like everything, but just even like with work and stuff. And we said this on the podcast years ago, but I think the whole flex of like the whole grind culture and the rise, and you guys remember, and just on Instagram just all the time, I'm working, here's my schedule, work, grind. I don't know who you're doing that for. I don't know who any of us were doing that for. And it was making us all insane. And then you see other people doing that. You feel like you're not doing enough. It's just stupid. I think maybe, and I've seen this over the last year too. The flex to me is like, I'll have to talk about what I do. Like, I'm relaxing, but we're also getting shit done. That doesn't mean you're not getting anything done. Like, you're getting stuff done. You're still working. It always is going to get done, but why gotta tell people about it? You know what I mean? You see what I'm saying? Because I know some of you, even when I said that, were like, what, you're just not going to work? Why? Because I didn't talk about it on Instagram, or I'm not like screeching about every deal I've closed or my numbers or my this or that. When I stopped focusing on that years ago, everything went through the roof. And it's not even anything anybody could see or like, oh, well, but I can look and compare this to that. I know how it works, okay? Like, people are more engaged. People like you more. People can relate to you more because you're being authentic. You know what I'm saying? And that's just always what I think is good. So my point of saying that is, with your social media, I know people feel so much pressure. And, what am I gotta present this or show this, or even if you're doing what I'm doing, am I doing enough? You're doing just right. You just do what you want to do. It's do what you want to do. Doesn't matter what job you have. Doesn't matter. Just, you know what I'm saying? Okay, does that make sense? I also want to join Costco in more serious matters. I do want to become a Costco person. It is something that I've always felt a little on the outside of. And I know so many people right now are like, what? Like, I want to be a part of that club, okay? I don't know what it is. My whole life, I've always felt in certain cases, I don't know if it's an imposter syndrome thing. I don't know what it is. I need to be more like Martha Stewart. Do you see that when people ask Martha, like, do you have imposter syndrome? And she just laughed. That's I want to have more of that attitude. A healthy delusion. Okay. We talked about that on the podcast too. It's going to help us a little, I think. And I'm so whatever the opposite of that is, that I always felt like, well, I don't belong to this group. I live in this neighborhood. I'm like, for years, like, well, I don't really socialize with a lot of these women. Like, I like my neighbors that are retired, and that's who I, associate with, but I'm not joining groups and social groups. And, I go to the tennis court. I'm like, look, I don't belong here. You know what I mean? That's just kind of my vibe. And I don't know if it was like, like growing up, I felt, well, I don't belong in this group, or, that's not me. Or I'm like looking into something else, like, well, that's a different group of people. I'm not like them. Do you guys know what I'm saying? To where like it's literally bled into me as a 40-year-old woman. I'm still thinking like this. And so my point is, I feel like I'm like again, when we moved into the same house, I was like, I don't belong here. Like, what's happening? I still don't feel like that. This is weird. And I know that's a weird thing. I need to get over that. Costco. I want to be a part of this. I've heard people say Costco, and I am in my mind like, I'm not a part of that. You know, I want to be able to go get bulk sodas and maybe a diamond. You know what I mean? Like, I want to be a part of that. And so I will. And I'm going to join Costco this year. And I'm being dead serious. I know it sounds like a bit, it's not, like, I'm serious. Like, I'm going to join Costco. See, this is the thing. You have to, these resolutions have to be attainable, okay? I can join Costco. I can do that. And it might change my life for the better. Yeah. So what else? All these years past, I'm always like, oh, I'm going to do more skin treatments. I'm going to get like, you guys know I've said this for many years past. I'm going to get this laser. I'm going to start doing these things regularly. And then what I end up doing is I go to my doctor's office, the beautiful, oh my gosh, Aesthetic Specialty Center. That's where you need to go. I go to the one in Roswell. It's the best. I end up going there. I just, where I'm at my, like, like my other dermatologist, it's like very medical, and like where I go for skin cancer screenings and stuff like that, and mole checks. Or like boring, like face, like you go, you need tretinoin, they don't even know anything about your skin. And they're like, are you using tretinoin? Are you? And if you don't, they just don't even want to talk to you. They're just like, who are you? Okay. Back to what I was saying, I end up going and I'm like, ooh, what kind of lasers, what kind of things? And those things are like very expensive, over $500, between like $500 and $2,000, some more. And then I'm like, you know what? Just hit me with some Botox. $250, I'm out of here with Botox, or however much you get. Like, just give me some Botox and I'll be good. And it looks beautiful. And I'm like, okay. And then I just don't end up doing any of the other stuff. So I don't know. Maybe it's just like, who cares, I think I'm doing all right. I think I'm doing pretty good. I haven't had Botox in a very long time. I haven't done anything to my skin in a long time. And I think it might be time to do a little something, I don't need anything, but I'm like, Botox is kind of good because it just helps with like texture and stuff. Maybe I'll do that soon. What else? Oh, people are asking me if I got my lips done, because sometimes on Instagram when I don't have on any makeup, I have like darkness here from like, I don't know what it is, like pigmentation right here. And so it makes my lips look like I just got them done. It's a little weird. I haven't had my lips done, I want to say, in a couple years. So I don't know. They're hanging on. And I'm happy I don't have whatever that is where I feel like they're never big enough. I look at them and I'm like, ugh, So I'm not going to keep doing that. Maybe if they really go down or something in a long time, I just want to keep them looking like they do. What else? Wild, weird stuff. Okay, so that's it. In my mind, I think I thought that I got more at Homegoods and stuff. I don't know, but I just, Homegoods, I just wish they would get it a little together. I think they need to, regroup for the new year. Focus on like, I wish they would get in some like better candles and stuff. Maybe I'll change it up a little. It's kind of the fun, right? But I got that aisle has to go. It's got to go, or I don't think I can ever go back in there again. And I'm just kind of scarred from that art. Now, I don't trust myself. I don't trust anything that I'm going to ever do or buy at Homegoods again, because I'm like, do I like this just because compared to the acid trip aisle, this looked good? And then you get it home in your surroundings and you're like, I don't know. So, anywho, you guys, grab this bag. This is cool. This is something that you could carry and feel really good about, but also not like worry about, It looks good. And the fake leather on it looks nice. So, and for the price, you can't go wrong. So you guys, thank you for watching. Happy New Year. We've got a lot of good things coming up. I'm going to do an Amazon video coming up soon. I've got like a makeup tutorial coming up soon. I want to, again, do kind of the Lindsay Lohan, like peach thing. I'm going to really kind of try to do that. Minus like the lower face. What has she done, you guys? A bluff? Like I know what I'm talking about. They do the blepharoplasty thing, like where you do your eyeballs. I really do feel like that paracone stuff, and everybody, it just depends on like how your structure is, but I could have a lot of sag in here. I got a lot of room for sagging, and it's tight. It's tight and here too. It's the Paracone stuff, you guys, the eyelid lift serum. I've used it for over 10 years now. It's amazing. So I don't know if that's really what I'm needing. I don't need it. You guys, I'm just talking to be funny here. You guys don't know. But I do find it wild that more people are not, everyone says, oh, now everybody's getting the blepharoplasty. If you see someone look different, it's because they've had their eyes done. I'm going to say there's a lot of lower facelifts and neck lifts happening in people's 30s. And I don't know, it looks real good, but that's happening. And so when you're seeing Lindsay in her filtered photos, but then did you watch the movie that she was in on Netflix this year? She looks like herself. So I'm like, what is this? But then you do see her sometimes, like she looks more like a human being, and not human like she doesn't, but less of the like tight glow up, but good. You know what I'm saying? And that was filmed during the time that she's like looked a little different, but she's never looked better. But then you see her sometimes in interviews and she looks real pulled back here. Do you know that people do that tape a lot? Like in interviews, young people, old people, everybody, they do that. And then they just, for an interview, and they just take it out. You guys, my point of saying this is we don't need to look at these people and say, oh my gosh, look, we do need to be aware of the smoke and mirrors. Do you know what I'm saying? And I love a smoke and mirror. I'm so into that. Do what you want to do and make yourself look great, but I do think that's why we're talking about this, not to break it down and like, oh, she did this, she did that. I just want you guys to know that that's what we're seeing. Okay, when she goes to bed at night, she may not look like that. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of stuff, and it's a lot of pulling and filtering and lights and cameras and magic and those tapes. I don't know what they are, and you can pull them back this way all over the place. And also, if you have access to a mild lower face and neck lift, I think that's what's happening because your face just doesn't go away here, okay? Okay, so I think we've covered it all. Go into the new year with that. You guys, thank you for watching. Join our podcast. Have some fun, and I'll see you back next week. Bye, guys.